This is USMLE QA, USMLE material presented in a question and answer format structured similar to the first aid for the USMLE Step 1 book.
Question: What is oxidative phosphorylation poisons? Answer: Oxidative phosphorylation poisons are substances that inhibit electron transport in cells, resulting in the block of ATP synthesis. Question: How do oxidative phosphorylation poisons inhibit electron transport? Answer: They directly inhibit electron transport, causing a proton gradient. Question: Can you provide an example of a complex 1 inhibitor? Answer: Rotenone is an example of a complex 1 inhibitor. Question: Can you provide an example of a complex 3 inhibitor? Answer: antimycin is an example of a complex 3 inhibitor. Question: Can you provide examples of substances that inhibit complex IV? Answer: Cyanide, carbon monoxide, and Azide inhibit complex IV. Question: How does the inhibition of complex 1 affect the cell? Answer: The inhibition of complex 1 in the electron transport chain causes a decrease in the production of ATP and a buildup of electrons in the electron transport chain. Question: How does the inhibition of complex 3 affect the cell? Answer: The inhibition of complex 3 in the electron transport chain causes a decrease in the production of ATP and a buildup of electrons in the electron transport chain. Question: How does the inhibition of complex 4 affect the cell? Answer: The inhibition of complex 4 in the electron transport chain causes a decrease in the production of ATP and a buildup of electrons in the electron transport chain. Question: What is the overall effect of oxidative phosphorylation poisons on the cell? Answer: The overall effect of oxidative phosphorylation poisons on the cell is a decrease in the production of ATP and a buildup of electrons in the electron transport chain. Question: What are some common sources of oxidative phosphorylation poisons? Answer: Some common sources of oxidative phosphorylation poisons include certain chemicals, toxins, and drugs. Question: How can oxidative phosphorylation poisons be treated? Answer: The treatment of oxidative phosphorylation poisons may vary depending on the specific substance and the severity of exposure. In some cases, supportive care and removal of the toxin from the body may be enough. In more severe cases, specific antidotes or therapies may be necessary. It is best to consult a medical professional for proper treatment. Question: What are the potential long-term effects of exposure to oxidative phosphorylation poisons? Answer: The long-term effects of exposure to oxidative phosphorylation poisons may vary depending on the specific substance and the severity of exposure. Some potential effects can include damage to the cells and organs, decreased energy production, and neurological problems. Chronic exposure may also increase the risk of certain diseases and disorders. Question: How can the risk of exposure to oxidative phosphorylation poisons be minimized? Answer: The risk of exposure to oxidative phosphorylation poisons can be minimized by avoiding exposure to known toxins, using protective gear and equipment when handling potentially harmful substances, and properly storing and disposing of chemicals. It is also important to be aware of the signs and symptoms of exposure and to seek medical attention if necessary. Question: What are the mechanisms of action of rotenone and cyanide as oxidative phosphorylation poisons? Answer: Rotenone acts by binding to the complex I of the electron transport chain and inhibiting the transfer of electrons from NADH to ubiquinone. Cyanide acts by binding to the iron atom of cytochrome C oxidase, the terminal enzyme of the electron transport chain in complex IV, and preventing the transfer of electrons from cytochrome C to oxygen. Both of these actions result in the block of ATP synthesis and a buildup of electrons in the electron transport chain.
Thank you for watching our Q&A format video. We hope this helped you learn, review, and retain knowledge needed for the USMLEs. For more information on this topic, check out the link in the description. Now, if you want to take your USMLE prep to the next level, be sure to check out all our courses, which are structured to follow along with the first aid for the USMLE Step 1 book. You can find us at usmleqa.com. And if you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe.